Hi, I'm Randy Altman with Post Perspective. We're here at NAB 2016, and I've got Jason Rosenthal, who is the CEO of Lytro. And you guys have been, it's been a bit of a buzz roaming around the show surrounding your announcement about the camera. Can you talk a little bit about what it does? So it's a light field camera, you're capturing way more information than a typical traditional camera, so which gives you more flexibility in filmmaking, right? So why don't you just talk about the camera a little bit and we'll go from there.
Absolutely. First of all, thanks so much for having me here today.
Yeah.
So the way to think about what we're doing with Lytro Cinema, which is our first product for film and television production, is that when you capture a scene with Lytro Cinema, you're getting really an entire highly accurate 3D model of the scene. So rather than just a traditional image, you get a beautiful high resolution, high dynamic range image, and then you also know physically where in space every single pixel in your scene is, which unlocks a whole new level of creative capability that we're really, really excited about.
So talk a little bit about light field and what it means to the picture, and maybe the evolution of your camera as well.
Absolutely. So the way to think about light field is that in a conventional camera, think of a high-end 2D digital camera, you're really only getting two pieces of information. You capture the brightness and color of the light. In a light field camera, you get brightness and color, but along with that, you also capture all of the information about how every ray of light is traveling in every direction within the scene, and it's that additional data that lets us really build this 3D model. And when you have that, you can do all kinds of things that people would have previously thought were impossible. You can focus your image after the fact, so you capture it once, and then in post-production, the director and the cinematographer can control and manage their focus pulls and do things that no human can do unassisted. You can create these incredible new optics, so think of much larger aperture lenses that give you depth of field that's unheard of in the industry. So in the piece that we premiered yesterday, a short film called Life, we had one shot that was an f0.3 depth of field, which is in comparison to the lowest depth of field you can get today would be like an f1. So a kind of quantum leap ahead of what's possible. And then where it gets really exciting is when you're combining live action and visual effects. So one capability we talked about yesterday is something called depth screen, and you can think of that as green screen without ever actually needing the green screen.
Yeah, can you talk about that a little bit more? Explain that. So how are you doing that?
So it all goes back to the same principle of capturing all the depth in the scene, building this 3D model where as you're well know, green screen is really helpful for abstracting your actors, your live action played from your background. When you have a system like Lytro Cinema that captures all the depth, all you need to do is select the regions in space that you want to key out, and then you can do it that way. So one shot that we showed in the film yesterday is we had a sequence with a husband and wife and their daughter that was composited against this really nice kind of surreal blue sky. We shot that out in a parking lot, and by using the depth keying, we're able to do that.
So, in terms of visual effects, so if you take a movie like Jungle Book and what they had to go through to shoot that, how would that change if it was shot with the Lytro camera?
Yeah, great question. So I think that's Jungle Book is a fantastic example of where I think the industry is going, which is ever deeper integration between live action and CG. And if you talk to a director, if you talk to Jon Favreau or James Cameron, one of the things that you'll hear from them is that kind of getting the performance out of the actors that they're actors that they want when they have to put them in this kind of completely synthetic environment where there aren't other people, they're surrounded by meters and meters of green fabric. It makes the directorial job much harder. With something like Lytro Cinema, you can shoot those same scenes in a much more natural environment, so in a more real world setting without in any way compromising your VFX process. And then on top of that, there's a whole new range of creative capabilities that you get in terms of the blending of live action and CG. So an example of this would be that, for example, you can render your computer-generated content as a light field, as well as your live action portion, which gives you the ability to, again, do things like refocus, change lenses, change depth of field in a real-time manner without having to go all the way back to your visual effects process.
Right. Now, when will the camera be ready, and how can people use it? Is it going to be a rental model, or?
So it's going to be, this is cutting-edge new technology, so we've worked really hard to make the adoption process easy for our customers. So what we'll provide is the entire end-to-end Lytro Cinema solution. So it's the camera, it's the pipeline, it's all the storage, bandwidth, and processing that you need, and that's all available on a rental or subscription basis. We'll start doing camera tests this summer, and then expect to be production ready by Q4 of this year.
Wow, fantastic. Is there anything I haven't asked that you feel is important?
No, I would. The only thing that I would say for your audience is that we really look at this, what we're doing with Lytro Cinema, as an augmentation of all the amazing work that's done in post today. So it's not about it's not about changing things. It's just about making them better and expanding the creative palette.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you.
And
really good to meet you.
Really nice to meet you too.
Thanks so much.
Randy Altman, Post Perspective, NAB 2016.